And I'll Greetings, everyone. This is a second session, second afternoon session in Test Formation 2025. Hope you all are having a lot of insightful conversations in the networking area and in the discussions area, and loving the insightful speeches that the keynote speakers and breakout session speakers and the panels speakers have been giving all through the day. Uh, Now, let's join in welcoming Sammy Kolluru, Managing Director of Imbus Canada Corporation, for an intimate conversation on innovating quality, the future of software testing. As a renowned thought leader in software testing and quality assurance, Sammy brings over 17 years of experience and a wealth of knowledge to the table. Under his leadership, Imbus Canada Corporation has become a trusted partner for innovative solutions, focusing on effectiveness and excellence. As a founding member and board of director of TMMI America, Sammy has played a pivotal role in shaping global software quality standards. His entrepreneurial spirit, passion for innovation, and dedication to quality make him the perfect conversationalist for this session. So grab a seat, relax, and get ready for a candid conversation with Sammy Kolluru as he shares his insights on the future of software testing, emerging trends, the evolving landscape of quality engineering. Let's give Sammy a warm welcome.
Thank you, Vidya, for the introduction. That was wonderful, fantastic.
Sammy, now let's start with the future of software testing. What are the major trends influencing the future of software testing, particularly for small businesses?
That's a good question, and it's always in everybody's mind for those who work in the software industry or anyone who thinks about quality. Software quality and testing, they play very critical role in software development. Quality software not only avoids businesses from becoming a nightmare headline in the news. Especially, we might have heard some past the news in the past where the banking has some quality issues and the aviation industry have some quality issue, right? And also, it helps to save money and time in terms of releasing quality software. Also, quality engineers play a vital role as well to ensure their customers will have pleasant experience using this top-notch quality software. Software industry in general has been undergoing significant changes due to evolving technologies, customer expectations, and also market demand. There are a number of trends that is going on for now. I'm going to highlight a couple of them, maybe five trends. The first trend is automation, test automation. It's been ongoing. It has become essential now, especially for agile software development. For small business, or any business in general, automation will provide the affordability. There are a number of tools, for example, Selenium, Robot Framework. Those are open source tools that will make automation much more affordable and accessible. Especially for small businesses, this will help to keep up with the rapid deployment cycles without increasing any headcount. The other trend is I think we have heard today, number of speakers today has been talking about this throughout this session, which is the adaptation of AI and the mission language in testing. AI-driven tools are increasingly automating test case generation, defect predictions, as well as the optimizing the test. I think I just came from another previous session where they talked about optimization. For businesses, AI-powered solutions can reduce cost, and also it can improve accuracy of the smaller team, especially for small businesses, by identifying issues faster and also by automating any repetitive task. Um, what are the trends we have? Maybe the next trend would be shift left testing. This has been ongoing ever since Agile has been in the market, but it has taken a prominent role. Shift left testing, which is where the testing is integrated very early in the development cycle. Especially for businesses, shift left testing can catch software issues very early. It can save money and also it can save time. We all understand that if you're, especially if you have worked in the Agile framework. There are a number of tools and frameworks available. For example, test-driven development, behavior-driven development. They can be very crucial for businesses. And the other trend, which has been making lots of noise, is the rise in the no-code testing platform. Right, the platform that can allow non-technical users to create and manage their own test, especially for business analysts, right? Somebody who can understand the real-life scenarios. For businesses, these tools, which is a no-code testing tools, can reduce the need for specialized testing skills, and also it can bring a broader team participation to ensure the product meets the desired quality. And none but the least is the increase in the user experience testing. Right, the testing has been expanded to include not only usability and also accessibility. Right, for businesses, user experience testing can help them deliver inclusive as well as user friendly applications. So these are the I think five trends that I think is very predominant in today's technology.
That's insightful. Now let's talk about the evolving roles and skills in software testing. How are the roles and skill requirements evolving in software testing industry, and how can businesses effectively upskill their teams?
Good. That's a great question too. As we know, we just talked about evolving technology. As a technology evolves, in the roles and skills also evolves over time. There are a number of skills that are essential. The skills that you have been learned throughout your career. There are very essential, but there are particularly some skills I think I would like to highlight here. One is the shift from manual to automation, right? As I just explained, traditional manual testing roles are decreasing as organizations are adapting to the automation of repetitive tasks, especially with the affordability of the test tools. And also, testers are now expected to write and maintain the automation scripts, right? Using a programming language or even using the no code programming platforms, right? This often sometimes requires some knowledge of programming, but it is becoming essential for as a testing team to have some kind of expectation to automate your test. Another skill I would say would be hybrid roles, right? Especially roles such as software development engineering test. They are on the rise now, which blends both development and testing expertise. Now testers are becoming test engineers. They're contributing throughout the development cycle. They do not just come at the end of the cycle to ensure everything is working. Rather they would be participating from get-go. Other skill I would say is the specialized testing, the importance of specialized testing. The roles in performance testing, security testing, user experience testing, they're all growing due to focus on scalability, cyber security, user centric designs, right? And I just mentioned, and also we had few other speakers, they talked about AI testing roles, right? New roles are evolving to leverage the AI and the machine language for predictive analytics, and also automate test creations. Testers need skills to interpret and act on the insights from the tested data that they can generate from the AI and the ML. And finally, I would say, especially for businesses, accreditation for organizations, especially test organizations, and also their professionals. Customers are increasingly looking for the high quality software, which are very predictable and they're consistent, right? And also provide great user experience. So test organizations now are expected to have some type of industry specific standards, such as, for example, TMMI assessment for your organizations to ensure, it meets the industry standards. As well as for individuals, ISTQB certifications are very essential to ensure industry standard relevant quality assurance skills has been developed over time. I hope this helps organizations and professionals to consider some of the skills that they want to upkeep.
That is great advice for businesses. I think that's where the industry is going to, and it's the transformation from test organizations to engineering organizations on the whole, in collaboration with the dev teams. So,
Right.
going forward, what about young professionals looking to build a career in software testing or quality assurance? What advice do you have for them?
That's very important. If you think about quality and testing, 20 years ago, it wasn't even a mainstream. Nobody really cared about them. Or even if
Yeah.
they cared, it's always like end of the cycle, right? Hey, can you come by and uh, you know put a sign on the paper saying that you looked into them, right? But now quality is a mainstream. It is part of the development cycle. For today's professionals, as you mentioned, young professionals, those with a technical and analytical skill, they can pursue a career in quality engineering because it is an opportunity to play a vital role in the entire software development, right? Not only you're putting a stamp on there, you're participating actively. Also, a career in soft quality engineering. I'm going to switch to quality engineering because you're talking at engineering point of view. They will provide professionals with opportunity to have immediate impact on their software because of the expertise you bring in. You can ensure that your customers will have pleasant experience using your software that you help to develop. Um, you will also have the opportunity to work with many different people throughout the development process, right? You get to interact with customers, executives, business people, technical people, and you can gain various knowledge throughout your project. Quality engineering is a great career for those who are aspiring to be one, especially if you're really passionate about quality, if you like helping team to stay on track. That is one of the responsibility of quality engineering, to ensure everyone in the team stays on track in terms of deliverables. There is also tremendous opportunity to work with just about anyone that is involved in your company. I mentioned some business customers and executives, so you get lots of exposure into lots of different areas. Ultimately, it is about you. What do you want to focus on, right? Software development is actually a creative process. So every single person who is involved in that process should feel like they have the opportunity to ultimately help shape the product. I hope that helps for those who are looking into coming on board in the quality assurance engineering.
So, SDETs and quality engineers, way to go. Now, let's discuss the challenges in software quality. What are the biggest software quality challenges businesses face today, and how can they address them?
That's always been a challenge. It's never going to be there's never going to be a one cut solution, right? Software development quality assurance has been a challenge, and it's going to be a challenge. How do we address them? So one of the biggest challenge, I think, is that companies, when incorporating quality, is actually acknowledging that it is important part of the development process, right? Rather than just saying, hey, let's have somebody sign off. Instead, bring the quality on the board, acknowledging that, hey, quality is important. Let's bring them from day one. Also, believing that software testing done during development process is just enough to customer needs has been a biggest challenge. It has been a challenge for a very long time, and it continues to be one. Another challenge, I think, is the perception that you don't need to discuss any quality agenda until the product is ready for testing. Right now, especially with the test first approach, you do not have to wait until the product becomes ready. There are a number of frameworks, number of platforms that are available to get your products ready uh, in terms of quality, even before the product really takes a shape. There is also this perception that once you start incorporating quality agenda into your process, everything is going to slow down. Eventually, the process could become expensive, right? But actually, that is not true at all, right? Initially, the process could be challenging, it could be expensive, but in the long run, incorporating the the software quality processes using TMMI model will ensure predictable delivery to the market and also ensure low cost as well as high quality. Right. I hope this has been a challenge, and it's going to be there. And we have the framework, the as I mentioned, the TMM model that gives a framework to proceed from one level of quality to the next level, and that could help in terms of predictable delivery.
So structure and framework always help uh, address the challenges the software
Yeah, rather than
organizations
reinventing the
face.
wheel, why don't we
Yeah,
follow a process, right?
that's right. So, what do you think, in your experience, can focusing on software quality help prevent company failures or
um
setbacks?
if you ask anyone, everyone would say yes. Let me add some context to it. In a broadest context, software quality is a
Yeah.
systematic effort by business to ensure its product satisfies its intended use, right? It meets customers expectation, and also it is produced consistently with less money and with less defects, right? I cannot say no defects, but less defect as much as possible. There was a publication published. This was published about a decade ago, but even it's relevant today. It's a software metrics in practice. They did a fund analysis. I just want to showcase why company has to prioritize quality. So there was a fund analysis performed, and it was published in this software metrics in practice. According to the report, the cost of resolving a defect, I'm talking a single defect at every stage, changes very significantly, right? For example, the cost for resolving defects during the very initial stage, let's say business analysis and design stage, they could be, anywhere around $250. Again, the price might have changed. As I said, this report was done about like a decade ago, and it's still relevant, but the numbers may not be as relevant, but it still adds some idea, right? Let's say if you find a defects, and resolving that within the analysis and design stage could be around 250, plus or minus, let's say $50 for today's inflation. During development stage, that could be around $500 because of the the debugging process the development has to go through. um, when you do internal testing with the quality engineers, that defect might cost anywhere between 1,000 to 3,000, right, per se, plus or minus another $100 $200, right? But these funds are already calculated in your project cost, right? These are the cost for quality. Quality doesn't come free. It needs efforts, it needs money. So these are all included. Imagine if the same defects goes into production. Imagine your company did not invest enough into your quality, and if that product, your customer sees those defects, to resolve that defect will cost anywhere over $12,000 to $15,000, right? Because customer has to report it, customer support team would have to log them, give it to business team, that has to go to design team, it has to go through all the chain, come back to testing team, it has to go through the whole cycle. That becomes very expensive. As a company, as a software company and a business, you would wish to keep your development cost low as much as possible, to compete globally if you're an international organization, and also to compete locally within your competitors, right? Not only quality engineers will help keep the development cost low, it will also safeguard companies' branding and their image, right? Think about some of the companies that are reputed for quality, or think about company that you hate to deal with them, right? And quality plays a very important role in terms of company branding. Organizations that implement test maturity models, such as TMMI model, which has been tried and tested in the market, will help keep quality in check, and also will improve customer experience, right? Importantly, it will help avoid the nightmare deadlines and also late night scramble, especially for the internal team during the release to the production, right? So these are some of the company failures that we should prevent.
So, Can you share some real life examples where high quality software played a key role in a company's success? And we are almost at the 10-minute mark, so we'll try to wrap it up sooner to get some Q&A
Okay, cool.
as well
Okay.
from the audience.
We know about high quality software. You can think about number of companies. They can dramatically influence a company's success by improving customer satisfaction, operational efficiency, and reputations. I'm not going into all the companies, but I'm going to name like a couple of very well known companies. Right, Amazon, for example. Everyone has dealt with them at some point, right? You might have brought something with them. They focus on delivering a seamless, bug-free experience, which is pivotal for their e-commerce dominance, right? It improves customer relations as well as loyalty. Zoom, Google Meet, Microsoft Team, they became lifeline for remote work, education, social interaction during the COVID-19 pandemic, right? Its reliability, simplicity, it helps to scale rapidly while maintaining the quality. Apple, right? When especially when we talk about quality, Apple is one of the company that shows up on the top of the list. Their ecosystem of devices and software, example, let's say iOS, Mac OS, and iCloud, they're renowned for seamless integration and minimal bugs, right? So these are some of the companies I would mention, but there are a number of companies that we can list on.
So, looking ahead to the future, what are your predictions for software testing industry in the next decade?
I think that throughout this today's session, I think most of speakers has been talking about
Yeah.
the future trends. Um, let me name a couple of them. Right, software industry has been going, substantial changes over decade, and they will continue to do so for next few more decades, especially in the changes in the enhancement in the technology, business needs. Right, customer expectations have changed. Some of the predictions I think for next, at least for next 10 years or so, is AI and machine language. They will become essential to testing, automating complex test tasks such as test case generation, defect prediction, root cause analysis. Will be implementing AI models. Automation testing tools will start to use AI to design, execute, and analyze the test with a very minimal human interactions, I would assume, because that is what we heard today from a number of other speakers. With increasing cyber security and threats and data protection laws, especially the GDPR in Europe, security and privacy is going to be very critical focus. I would say accessibility will become very important. They will become priority, especially driven by the legal requirements and also focus on inclusivity. Crowd testing has been ongoing for a number of years, especially Google has made it one of their prominent testing. But crowd testing will continue to grow. It enables company to test real world conditions with a diverse set of users. I hope these are the trends that will catch up. But again, it's all predictions. I will hope we have to wait and see how the market and the industry will respond to those changes.
So, what do you think small businesses should prioritize today to stay aligned with these future
Um,
trends?
Yeah, so I'll make it very quick on this one, especially for businesses if they want to be aligned with today's technology and today's the business needs. When considering evaluating your readiness, I'm talking from a quality perspective and testing perspective. A test from a user's perspective. Do not just test them from a use case perspective. Test from real users. Use some live example as much as possible. Other priority I would say is invest in performance, right? Especially today's softwares are very complex, and customers demand nothing but high performing software. Even with the platform that we're using, we have so many audiences that joined, and we expect this software to the platform that we're using to keep up with those demand. Other priority I would say is the accessibility, testing for accessibility that is more approachable and more easy to navigate, right? um, Other priority, I would say this has been a priority since Agile has taken over the development process, but getting in the habit of testing your product as early and as often as possible. And how is it possible? you can incorporate some automated continuous integration, continuous delivery, they have found to be very beneficial in releasing a quality software and to avoid those nightmare deadlines. One thing I want to stress on is the investing in quality assessments using industry standards, such as one maturity model that everyone is talking today is the TMMI, right? And also upgrading your team and also your personal skills by using ISTQB certification programs, which they try to keep up with the current trend. And as a professional, we would like to be aligned with those current trends. So TMMI assessment for organizations and individual accreditation for professionals using ISTQB certifications, I think should be a priority for businesses.
So, to wrap up, I think you already answered this question, but what's one key piece of advice for small businesses looking to innovate and excel in
Right.
software
I
quality?
think I talked about some priorities and the latest current trend. That
Mhm.
is, I think this question is evolving right from that. But just to highlight what I talked about and to put some conclusion around it, remember, quality engineering and quality culture should be involved in any project from the beginning, right? There is a huge advantage to being involved in early discussions from where you have to, where you, since when you had an idea all the way up to the kickoff your development, right? Implementing test maturity model, which I had mentioned earlier. Again, I'm just throwing some highlights on what I discussed already. Test maturity model like TMMI is beneficial for organizations. Upgrading skills using the ISTQB certification programs are very beneficial. They will help the team understand what is that you are trying to build, and it is going to help them figure out the best strategies to help test your product efficiently, right? And also having somebody responsible for the quality who is going to help the team have the right conversations when you're building a product becomes very crucial. That is when we need to have those dedicated quality engineers who are responsible for the quality culture. Remember, there is nothing worse than getting up to your final release and realizing that you have that massive backlog that can actually stop you from delivering a product on time or delivering within your budget, within the project budget, right? So we need to keep those in mind when you want to look into implementing quality and why you want to even consider quality on your product.
Um, that's the wrap for this session. But before we go, I would like to thank you, Sammy, for sharing your valuable insights on the future of software testing.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you very much. And this
And
was wonderful conference until now. And I hope all the audience are still engaged and they will take some valuable lessons and thoughts and processes when they go back to their daily life.
so this has been enlightening. The experiences have been incredible. Uh, Thank you. And with that, before we conclude, I would like to tell all the audience to go meet Sammy during the networking session and also understand the idea of learning ISTQB foundation training. If you want to do some continuous education, Sammy is conducting a workshop on 31st. It's a 3-day workshop. Uh, and the exam fee is waived for the participants here with a test formation 2025 code. So please check out the networking session that Sammy is going to host, and you'll find more details, and you can also continue the conversation on the future of software testing with him during the networking session and also through social media. Please tag uh, uh, TMI America and Test Formation 2025 and also Imbus Canada Corporation. Uh, and thank you once again for the outstanding
Okay,
session.
thank you. And you
Uh,
guys enjoy the rest of the session.
have a good evening, everyone, and thank you.